You're listening to the Becoming Zesty podcast. We are Megan and Dr. Alex, and we're so happy that you're here.
We are passionate about accelerated transformation, yours, ours, and the collective.
Personal and professional for coaches, practitioners, and leaders of all kinds.
Between the two of us, we seem to have done things the painful way. So let our pitfalls become your stepping stones. We are not afraid to share our raw and vulnerable truths in order to help you transform your thinking, your body, your heart, and your soul.
Combining over 15 years of functional medicine with brain-based habit change to lead you to create the life of your dreams, supporting yourself through all four bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, every step of the way.
We are transformation accelerators, wholeness cultivators, empowerment experts, speakers, authors, mentors, and change makers for a more loving world. By combining Dr. Alex's MD experiences
with Megan's mindset magic, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people transform their lives, and we can help you too. If you're ready to accelerate your transformation and have so much fun doing it, then stick around. We've got you covered. Quick reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your doctor, not this doctor, before making changes. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Megan. If you can't tell, it's because my voice is weird. Hello, weird voice. I'm going to keep this intro super short because there's going to be another intro. What we're doing is we have an amazingly popular, one of our most popular series on our podcast that I did last December, all about the series of possibility. And I had a bunch of clients who reminded me, they said, oh, I'm going to go back and do that. And it's a series that can be done over and over and over. It can be done at any time of the year. And, you know, this whole January 1st thing where people do the New Year's resolution is a great time to do it. So there are prizes, there are things that can happen, there are ways to participate, there's a workbook. It's all inside the episode and the recording. The most important thing that I want you to understand is that this was originally recorded last December. So when I talk about 2023, just insert in your brain 2024. And when I talk about December, insert in your brain January. We're doing a little bit a month later. And same thing is going to apply. 3 people still can win a ticket to our live event. We have our next one coming up January 19th and 20th in Virginia Beach, 2024. And if you're listening to this afterwards, or if you haven't won yet, you can go ahead and buy your ticket now. We will reimburse you if you win. And if you can't come to this one, still enter your workbook and do all the things that I suggest, because we're going to do it again in August in Dallas. We have lots of options. And also, be open to the possibility that maybe you'd win something else if you absolutely can't come to either of those. So we want you to win. You're going to hear why. And I'm going to keep this short so you can dig right into the series. We hope you enjoy it. Hey, welcome back. You've made it to part 5 of the possibility series. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't sing. I won't sing in episodes. That's not kind to you. Instead, I'm going to tell you a joke. How do you get a squirrel to like you? You act like a nut. Oh, gosh. That's a good one. Anywho, so if you have not gone back to start at part 1, go ahead and do that now. This is a series and we're on part 5. This is the series of possibility where we're spending December together to really rewire for what's possible. And today, if you have not yet heard of the be, do, have model, we're going to talk about that today. And you probably have from us, maybe someone else. It's very, very, very powerful. So what is this? This is the idea that often we think that when we have something, we will then do something different, and then we will be a different way. So when I have more money, then I will go do that training, and then I will be happy.
Okay, so this is the model of thinking that first there has to be something we have in order to get to emotion. Well, I have some exciting news for you. The end state, those emotions, the things that we're going for, and the reason why we literally do everything is to get to that emotion, to have that feeling of joy and connection and happiness, whatever it is for you, peace. But that thing that we're hoping to be, we can have that now. It's exciting, right? And the thing is that by having that now, by being and feeling in that state now, and by practicing that, like when I said in the last time, well, the last part in the last episode, that if you were to get up and get into a clear intention and elevated every morning, elevated emotion every morning, you would already be in the state that you were hoping to get to without even having to do or have anything. And then magically what happens is the things that you would have done to get to that thing that you thought, you now just have them. So that's when the lake house showed up for me. When I was just being the person, I was just being the person who believed I had it. Being the person who had the feeling and acting like the person who would have it. I was taking the action, I was doing the things. And then I had it. But I didn't wait to have the lake house to then be the identity of someone with a lake house. Does that make sense? We're going to flip the script. Be, do, have. First, we're going to be the thing. Okay, and here's a little question for you today from your workbook. Now, what are you best at? Just whatever pops into your mind. Are you best at starting things? Changing things, or stopping, which can also be finishing things? So I am best at starting things. What are you worst at? Starting things, changing things, or stopping, finishing things? So I am worse at stopping and finishing things. So if you're worse at stopping or finishing things, this could be like you don't finish a book. This could be like you don't stop or end some kind of friendship or relationship or something that's gone on too long. If you're worse at starting things, then maybe you just kind of look at your thing and you're like overwhelmed by everything. And you're like, oh, there's too many projects, and you never do anything. Changing things, when you're good at changing things, this is like from shifting from one part to a next. These people are great at improving things. So they might not be great at, starting the project. They're not going to have the initiative of like, yeah, let's do this thing. But once it's going, they'll be really good at improving it. And they might also not be the person to bring it home. So there's different people for all these categories. So now here's what I want you to ask yourself. Now, if you were worse at starting things, let's say you circled that you were worse at starting things. This is the question I want you to ask yourself. And this is all I want you to ponder for today. If you said you're worse at starting things, ask yourself this question. Why can't you be who you want to be? I want you to pause and give that an honest answer. So if that's you, just pause here. Now, if you were the worst thing was worst at changing things, I want you to ask yourself this question. Why can't you do what you want to do? Pause there. Now, if you were worse at stopping things, ask yourself this question. Why can't you ever get what you want? There's some things to noodle on for the day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for filling out the workbook every day. And you will have 2 days to catch up now. You'll have the weekend. We won't have anything else until Monday. So my suggestion is always to stay up to date on the week so that you have your workbook filled in. And these last few have been very short, so you've got this. Fill it in, send it to us. Well, you don't have to send it to us yet. I misspoke. That will be later. That will be by January 3rd. Fill it in. Keep it. Go ahead and leave us a review because that's one of your tasks on the podcast. And if you want to grab our meditation, you'll know where to find it, zestyginger.com/meditations, so you can secure this in to your neurology in a faster way and have an audio to go along. And please grab a friend. We're still at the beginning of this series. Grab a friend to do this with. If you haven't shared this with anyone, please think of somebody you can take a picture of this and text to right now, because we want everybody to have the possibility and everyone to feel that possibility going into 2023, because we all know that we could use some more people thinking possibly. Okay, we'll end this episode with some possibility. Thanks for being here.
Hi, my name is Sarah. At the beginning of 2022, my life was a mess. I had just birthed my second baby, and I had 2 babies in one calendar year, one in January of 2021 and the other at the beginning of December. Both were extremely tough pregnancies and tough immediate postpartum periods with a lot of challenges with each baby. And beginning of 2022, I felt like crap. I felt like I had a flu every day, and I was in pain every day. And the responsibility of taking care of these 2 tiny people and a household, 2 little people who depended on me for everything, was so overwhelming that the thought of taking my life occurred to me multiple times a day. And the thought of not living anymore gave me a sense of relief. I felt like I did not have any control over my life, over my emotions, over what happened in my day, and it did not feel good. I decided, at my husband's encouragement, to work with a health coach in spring of 2022, and that was the first step I took in advocating for myself, in choosing to put myself first and pour back into myself everything I'd poured back into everyone else around me. And that was a huge shift. I started to feel better. I started to feel lighter. Activity was easier, and I felt more comfortable in my body every day. And that opened me up to start listening to the podcast more intensely and to feel up to the challenge, the brain-based habit challenge, and even up to the practitioner training, traveling away from my family for an entire week to pour into myself this investment of knowledge and growth. And I'm telling you, that changed everything. I feel now like I have the tools and the perspective to be who I truly want to be, and to act from my higher self, and to know and to embody that that's possible, and to be able to feel my bright future, and to know that I'm stepping toward that every day.
Thanks for coming to hang out with us on the podcast. It is our goal to lead others through accelerated transformation that takes all parts of ourselves into account. And we need your help. We need your help to get the word out. At almost 2 million downloads and quickly heading to 3, we know that as this podcast grows, we're going to be able to reach more and more people and help them learn how all 4 bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, work so they feel empowered to be, do, and have whatever they want in life.
If you find this podcast helpful, please take a moment to text 5 friends you think might benefit and leave us a review. It means so much to share this work that has transformed our lives with others. We appreciate your help so much and can't wait to see you next time.